Welcome to Bringing Water to Life. I am John Farner. We are doing another podcast 2 days in a row. And I have two different people. One person is not a stranger. Hello, Brent Meekum. You are still here.
I am still here.
Yes!
Walking the show floor. Yes, I am.
It has been a long time since we've done one of these together.
It has been a little while.
Yeah, I'm excited. You should be too.
Fun. Yes.
I miss.
You're doing a good job because people have been telling me how much they listen to you.
I've had a few people come up and say how much they enjoy the podcast. They're a regular listener, and let me tell you how much that surprises me.
Yeah, it amazes me because it's like, who finds out about this stuff?
It's nice to know that there are actually people on the other side of this microphone. You know?
Right.
I had, I don't know if I told the story yesterday during the podcast or not, but I had one gentleman, very nice guy, come up to me during the open night party and said, "Are you John Farner?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Dude, you're like a celebrity." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." No, I'm not. But I appreciate you listening to the podcast. Laura Ramos, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thank
Good.
you.
You sound great. Your volume is perfect. I'm looking at the volume here and haven't been able to get it quite right the past few podcasts, but I think it looks good right now. You are a listener.
I am.
And you're still friends with she who shall not be named anymore.
I am. Luckily, we became great friends. And even if the distance and we don't work together, we still chat with each other.
Yeah, that's good.
And I told her she needs to continue listening to the podcast.
I hope she listens to this. We'll see.
I hope she does too.
I know.
You can say, "Hi there."
See, I should conference her. Just give her a call right now on my computer and be like, "Elizabeth, guess what?
Wait, I thought she wasn't going to remain nameless.
I'll name it. I'll name her. So you were with Fresno State.
I am.
What do you do at Fresno State?
I work for the Center for Irrigation Technology and the Water, Energy, and Technology Center. So I help educate the public on what the center has to offer and educate them on just water-related items and whatever's new.
Good. How long have you been there?
17 years.
17 years?
Yes.
Did you start when you were 2 years old? What's going on here, Laura?
Was.
Jeez Louise. My goodness.
I was.
Good for you.
This is my first job after college, and
Wow.
it's probably going to be my last one.
You think
Wow.
so?
Yeah, I'll probably be there for a really long time.
Man.
Well,
Brett,
that's good.
This is going to be your last job, too. So
She knows how to keep everything running there. They
I
can't
know.
let go of her.
Thank you.
So, Brent, what you been up to, man? You've been doing all kinds of stuff. You're splitting your time in Colorado and some in California and Virginia.
Yeah. So, I guess I'm trying to figure out where I want to live.
What you want to do when you grow up? Is that what you're trying
when
to
I
figure
grow
out?
up. So I'm in the transition of trying to move back to Colorado.
Yeah.
I came out to Virginia 11 years ago. I thought it was going to
For
be
2 years, right?
For 2 years. And so it's like, oh, man, time has flown.
Yeah.
So I am moving back to Colorado. So I'm in the process of just cleaning up our house that we have there. And there's a new opportunity associated
There
out
is,
there with
and we're going to talk about that.
And
yeah.
so it's kind of exciting that happens to be in my backyard.
That's I'm excited for everything about that statement, except for the fact, and we're not going to see you as much around the office anymore. So, but we'll get that in a second. So,
most people don't know I'm there, or what?
or where you are.
Yeah.
Have you listened to any of the new podcasts yet? Did you listen to all? Let me rephrase that question. Have you ever listened to any of these podcasts?
You know how old I am, John.
Yeah. Okay. I do not, but I get the answer the question with a question.
Yeah.
We do things a little bit differently now. So we do no more birthday game.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
What? That was fun.
I retired that with Brent. When Brent was like, not a regular anymore, only a contributor every once in a while. It went by the way of the dodo bird, so no more birthday games. So we have something called What Do You Got? So it's something new in your life with the show, something that's new in Brent's world.
New in Brent's world.
Yeah, so what's going on, man?
Well, okay, so maybe this past week, what's been new in my world is the new product contest.
Talk about that a little bit.
So there's been 58 new products. So that's ag irrigation, landscape lighting, and there's some really, really innovative ideas that have been put forth. And so I've helped organize that event. And, today I spent a little bit of time talking to some of the vendors with a new product that, are truly new.
Yeah.
And such a new idea, and it's sort of disruptive, if you will, because it's like, that's not the way we've always done it, but it's very intriguing, and so I want to this will be part of the move to Colorado, is I'll have a place to play with some of these ideas in the ground.
Brent's Playground.
That's right.
So it's going to be called, the nickname, Brent's Playground. For those who don't know, we're let's put a needle in that,
Okay.
a pin in that. Laura, what's new in your world?
What's new in my world?
What's going on?
It's that I'm going to chair the
Yes.
2 committees. Well, one committee. So
One committee.
I've been on the Smart Irrigation Month for, I don't know,
So
4 years?
Smart Irrigation Month is a public awareness campaign every July focused on promoting the benefits of efficient irrigation or smart irrigation. Do that through various social media channels, contests. We put together some infographics, put together some key talking points, share that with the public, with industry professionals to help get the word out about the benefits of efficient irrigation.
And you
Is
made
that
a
fair to
really,
say?
yes, and there was a really cool video that I saw that I can't wait to see again. And
We
hopefully you
will
put
link
it
to
on
that.
social media.
We will put that at, somewhere on irrigation.org, put it on social media. It was during the keynote address. Did you see that, Brent? The Smart Irrigation Month
Yes.
video during
Yes.
the keynote?
Uh-huh.
So our folks on staff put that together, and it was very well done. I was backstage with the keynote speaker, and I get a text immediately after that video played from Laura saying, "I love that video." So it was.
That's good.
I did appreciate that you mentioned that you liked the video. So that was nice. So you're going to chair the Public Affairs Committee.
Yes, so it's
Which is-
changing
it is
because we're
changing.
combining
Two
two. So
committees.
that's very new to me
Yes.
because I haven't been on the Public Affairs Committee.
You are going to do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
She will.
No
She's got
doubt.
a lot of enthusiasm, and
She
she's
does.
organized.
That's exactly right. I know. I no doubt. I enjoy working with Laura, and I'm looking forward to it. So,
Thank you.
are you excited about that?
I'm a little nervous and a
Yeah?
little excited.
That's good.
So you might get a little more phone calls from me.
That's
than
fine.
normal.
Hey, that's fine with me. I'm
we
cool.
might have
I'm
to
cool
go to
with that.
Disney and say we're going to go brainstorm.
I don't go to Disney very often, so.
Yeah, right.
Oh boy. It's raining outside. That's what I got.
That is
There
raining.
is leaks going on in this convention center floor. It's raining cats and dogs outside. I thought it never rained in California, Laura. What's going on here?
You came.
Like with irrigation's here.
We
Let it rain,
brought
right?
irrigation
Yes. This
from
is
the
how-
skies.
Yes. It's quite the scene outside. This
is.
rain. So
You know, it's like a month too late.
I
And
know.
It should have been up north instead of down here.
I know.
That would have been a godsend saver
For
for
this fires,
the
the
campfire
wildfires.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We were talking about how unprepared I was for the rain. And I told them I didn't even check the weather because I was going to Long Beach. It's sunny in Long Beach. Why do I need to check the weather?
I'm literally wearing my rain jacket right
and
now.
all of a sudden,
So-
I'm soaking wet.
I know. It was cold in here, so I put my jacket on. And people are like, "Oh, you brought a rain jacket." I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of cold in here, so I'm wearing a rain jacket."
Yeah.
And besides, it is leaking in here, so I figured to put a hood up if any leaks fall on my head.
Yeah, that happens to buildings that never get rain, and they,
Yes.
you know.
Well, they
then-
said we don't know what the leaks are until it rains. It never
Right.
rains. So that's what they said, and it makes
Yep,
sense.
Yep.
So you alluded to the irrigation, the consortium.
You're right.
Talk a little bit about that,
All
Brent.
right.
We've talked a little bit about it on the podcast, but this is coming, like, it is happening. It is
It's really
right in
happening.
front of us right
In fact,
now.
I've got to go to a meeting
Yeah.
here shortly, but the Irrigation Innovation Consortium is really a collaboration of 5 universities right now. So Fresno State, where Laura's located, Colorado State, Kansas State, Texas A&M, and University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Yep. And the
And so-
Irrigation Association.
And the Irrigation Association and a few of our major manufacturers in the United States have all contributed money to get this thing started. It's in collaboration with something called FAR, which is another acronym. My
Foundation
specialty,
for Food and Agricultural Research. Yep.
And which is a USDA type activity.
Yep.
But it's a really kind of a cool idea. It includes agricultural activity, but also includes some landscape because you got the urban issues that would be resolved, as well as trying to figure out how we're going to grow more food on the same amount of water, or
Yeah.
maybe less water.
And you guys will be working on landscape as well as ag
Right.
technologies,
Yes.
right? And that's
Mhm.
where it comes to your playing. It's going to be on the campus of Colorado State in Fort Collins, Colorado. Brent's
Right.
your backyard,
My
right
backyard,
there.
right?
And you're
My
gonna
alma mater.
And you're going to have, that's right. And you're going to have an office up there too, right?
Yes, so I'm going to have an IA office
Yeah.
on that facility site, and so if you need to find me, that's where I'll be.
Just go knocking on Brent's door in Fort
That's right.
Collins, Colorado, right?
Yes,
You're losing your voice, man. You
I've
feeling all right?
I've been fighting it all week.
Yeah. Well, we had did you go to the open night parties, Laura?
I didn't.
You did not. So
I'm
you missed
sorry.
the violin playing DJ?
I did. I'm
You missed that? She was good.
She was good, and it was loud, and I lost half my voice that night.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
So afterwards, like, Brent, partying too much. Your voice is gone.
That's right. And I had a seminar I did yesterday.
Yeah.
And,
Your voice goes to these things. It's a busy week.
It's a lot of having to talk louder than normal
Yeah.
to overcome the surrounding sound.
And you can even hear in the podcast the kind of noise in the background too,
Yeah.
faintly. So
Little
it's a little loud. We're here on what's called Radio Row. It's a bunch of tables set up for radio stations. A few foreign broadcasters are here interviewing folks about the irrigation industry and the irrigation show. So it's been pretty good. What do you think of the show so far? Well, it's almost over now, but Laura, what do you think? Good?
Yes, there's a lot of booths, and I was a little surprised at how many people were here. Because, it has its years, it goes up and down, and then the rain, and, why are people even going to think about irrigation when the weather's like this? But no, it's been pretty good.
It's good to hear.
Yesterday morning when I was walking from the hotel over to our staff office, and I have to go past registration, and they were just opening up a little before 7 o'clock, and I stopped and said, "It's raining. You are going to have a ton of walk-ins." And they just didn't really know what I meant, but it took them like 4 hours to recover from just everybody who showed up because...
Was that yesterday? I'm sorry.
That was yesterday.
Okay.
And today there was maybe not as many walk-ins.
Yeah.
It's
Well, it's really
raining
raining
even
today.
harder
It's hard
today.
today.
Yeah.
But,
Maybe it's swing the other way. Like, I'm not going outside in this weather.
Yes.
Right. And so I think people were surprised, but, they came onto the show floor. The vendors I talked to, a few of them were just really pleased about the activity and the amount of people walking around, asking questions, talking.
So let's talk a little about the new product contest, Brent, because you were really involved in the judging process and looking at all the technologies, and you mentioned the 58 technologies, the products that were being judged. What stood out for you this year?
Well, what stood out? One of the things that really stood out to me is the number of new technology with flow sensing and flow metering.
Yeah.
A lot of it in the landscape world because that's suddenly become very popular, very affordable to integrate even down to the residential control system. So that was really kind of new. There's some actually very clever tools in the specialty category for facilitating installation, which is saying, well, what's the big deal about that? There's not enough labor. So if you can find a tool to do what a man used to do so that the available labor you have can do the things that we haven't figured out how else to do it, I think that was significant.
It's always exciting when those awards are announced to hear some clapping in the back. It's kind of like, the Oscar. It's like, I won.
And there was some very high-end technology.
Yeah, there were.
That it's like, in fact, I was walking around and I saw this just earlier, a tipping bucket rain gauge with no moving parts. And that does it with ultrasonic.
Wow.
The droplets of water passing through it, and that's.
Are they testing it with the leaks in the ceiling here?
I don't know, but I think that would be real world. But that kind of technology. Here's a weather station with no moving parts, and it's very small, about the size of a Coke can.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So anyway,
so you didn't go to the general session today, is that right?
I did.
You did. What am I thinking? What'd you think of it? Did you like it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
I really liked the general session today, but my favorite part so far of the show has been yesterday's
The keynote.
It just...
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. He's great, wasn't he?
I know. Sorry, I can't stop talking about him.
No,
he
it's
was
okay.
awesome. I took so many notes, and I already called people back at the office and was like, okay, we need to do this and this and...
Laura, can I ask you a personal question?
No.
How tall are you?
5.
5 feet. 5 feet flat.
Flat.
Okay.
On a day when you're feeling really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did you understand how tall 7'4" was?
No.
Until you met him?
Actually, not until Warren stood next to him on the stage.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
I see the dramatic.
I mean, Rebecca in our office stood next to him, and there's a picture. You could put another Rebecca on top of her, and then they would look eye to eye.
Yeah.
He was just a huge person.
But he had a great message.
Great
and I think
message,
it resonated well with the irrigation.
You can
the show
associate
members that
to
were
it.
here.
You can take something back and already implement it. The general session was good. I enjoyed the awards and meeting the new, the new Education Foundation person, right?
Well, you mean Franklin?
Ed?
Oh, Ed is the new president of the Irrigation Association.
Ed Santalone is the new president.
Okay.
So so Warren is the outgoing president. He's going to be president for the next 45 minutes. And Ed Santalone is the new president of the Irrigation Association for 2018-2019. So he came on, and he was, I don't know, does Ed listen to this podcast? I don't know if he does. I'll have to tell him to.
Yeah, we'll have to tell him to.
He was really nervous today.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
You can't tell.
I'm glad you said that. And
Yeah.
it wasn't me that said that. I'm glad you said that because I told him afterwards, I said, Ed, you did a great job. You're relaxed. You're funny. You're personable.
Yes.
It was everything you should have been up there, and you did great.
He did a really good job.
Yeah, he
and
did.
then Warren was proud of the music he selected, so
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And they also talked about the duration of it. I thought it was perfect. Like,
Good.
there wasn't enough time to get bored.
Good.
Because
That's
there's
great.
times when you sit there and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
how much longer is this going to be? I thought it was perfect timing.
Well, yeah, and so we gave out the IA awards as well, with the Industry Achievement
Right.
Award to Jim Clauser, and then 2 Vanguard Awards.
Yes.
One that went to Conserva Irrigation and Target. Other one went to
Netafim.
Netafim USA and Gallo Winery, Gallo Vineyards.
Vineyards.
So, and both their videos were great,
Yes.
explaining, about their projects. And I thought this one was about variable rate drip irrigation.
Yes.
Right.
Were you familiar with that, Brent? That technology? in the
Well,
past?
I was actually sitting next to somebody and said, it has always been variable rate, but now we're doing it on purpose.
Oh my gosh, Brent. I'm glad you said that, not me.
I heard
But
about
no, what it showed was the planning that it took, where
Yeah.
they're really
Yes.
identifying places in the field that are similar and how
Yeah.
they can control it uniquely.
And I love the grid they popped up
Yes.
because it showed like the circles. I'm sorry, the squares.
the
of
squares,
grid.
the
It was great.
pixels, as they called it.
Yeah.
I had heard about it because we put something, it was from Netafim as well, the variable rate on our campus.
Right.
Because we were having issues, and I always assume, if you're within a mile radius of something, the soil's going to be the same. I didn't realize how close you could be, and the soil would need something completely different than with just 10 steps away. So
Yeah.
that was interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in fact, a couple of years ago when we did that stuff for congressional staff, and the guy from Gallo
Yes,
Vineyard
that's
came,
right.
and that's where I first-
Brent gave a presentation to congressional staff, and
And
you
so
talk, yeah.
Nick from Gallo Vineyards was there, and it was just amazing the amount of technology that they had employed at a critical time in California to really reduce water use. And he said we were able to achieve the governor's goal of reducing 20% or 25%, and they actually increased yield on their own vineyards. And now they're trying to figure out how can they get the other growers that they buy from to implement that same technology, because the payback
Yes.
is really pretty good for them.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of saving water and the awards, I was surprised that Target's goal to save 15% of the water use by 2025.
2025.
Because I can't imagine Target using a lot of water already. I mean, their parking lots, and so to cut 15% from somebody that already doesn't use a lot of water is actually, I think, a lot. So I'm looking forward to figuring out how they're going to do that, because it seems tough.
It's tough, but actually I had an opportunity to visit with them a little bit afterwards. It's 15% absolute, so as they continue to add more stores, they don't get more water.
Oh, wow.
So they have to really figure out how to be pretty aggressive.
So
on
it'll
water
technically be more than
management.
15%.
Yes.
Yes.
When they
And
say
they're expanding.
absolute-
They continue to expand
Right,
locations
so
too.
the expanded doesn't give them more water. It's their that's a very interesting goal. It's part of their sustainability
Yes.
efforts and initiatives. So they should be applauded for doing that. But it's a big investment in technology.
Yeah.
And talking to them, the thing that was most important to me is finding the right people. They got the technology, but it's just, we have a hard time finding the right people to use it.
And maintain it, because
To
sometimes
maintain it,
you
but
put
just
it
to
in there.
understand what it can do. So.
Yes.
They attended a sustainability roundtable that you
Right.
participated. I was there for a chunk of it, and it was interesting to hear their perspective on focusing on, as you mentioned, Laura, the indoor as well as the outdoor components of
Right.
water use. But that was
but
and
Laura-
I didn't know that one of the Target representatives was here last year.
Yes, so I was talking to her. She was at the same table I was at that
Yeah,
sustainability, and so that was kind of the sidebar conversation that you get to listen to.
Wow.
But yeah, they came to the show last year, and I think it was part of this partnership that they were creating with Conserva. So, good.
I've called.
My
put your headphones on.
replacement's
Put your
here.
headphones on. Put your headphones on. I'm gonna turn this up.
Okay.
All right. Hey, you're back, Warren.
Wow, twice in one show.
I know.
John.
We were just talking about
Hi,
you
Laura.
and how short you are compared to Mark. I'm sorry.
You're calling me short.
I know, right? John already picked on me for my height.
Hold on a second. Bye, Brent. Brent, pick up the mic real quick. thank you for coming. Give any tips.
Oh,
give
thank
a tip, Give
you.
a tip,
And
give a tip
great
for
to-
anybody.
great to have
Give a
more-
tip. Give a tip.
Do
for
I have a
anybody.
tip?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your tip?
Oh, you want me
Tip
to
of the
give it
week.
out?
Yes.
Hey, turn off the irrigation when it's raining.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. See you, Brent. Thank you.
Who's on first? What's on second?
I know, right? Hey, thanks
I'm
for
dating
coming.
myself.
I saw you over there, and I was like, "Gotta come over here and join us again, man."
We were just chatting about the show and the fact
Things
that
go well. Too. You did a great job today on stage.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very comfortable up there. I thought you did a great job, and
It was fun. I got lots of great comments about and feedback about, hey, thanks for putting the music in there,
Yeah, well-
put the
Oh,
energy in there.
I mentioned your music a few minutes ago.
And I said it was Warren's idea. I gave you full credit for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great.
If
That
nothing
was
more,
great.
I'll be known for the person that added a little bit of music to the general session. You know, what did you
there's
accomplish
not-
in 2018 as president? We had music.
Yeah, there's not much impact that you can have as president of the association. You can help set the direction of the association in the right way. It kind of moves pretty slowly, but yeah, okay. Music at the general session. That's very good. See,
Something to be proud of.
A+. How do you think things went this week? Good.
I thought they went really well.
Good.
I thought they went really well. I think the mood and the atmosphere at the show, people were very positive. Next year is going to be a good year.
Oh yeah, back in Vegas, man.
I think the rain helped us
yeah.
to get people here to the show locally.
I heard the Ewing booth had a little bit of water and a sign above the booth, so heads up on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do we get a discount
News
for
to
next
you.
year? You mean in this? No, it's leaking in
You
there?
could talk.
It's
Yeah,
spinning over
yeah,
there.
yeah. There's
Cool.
a link right up there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So have fun taking that down.
That's okay.
It's not gonna be you, right? Yeah. So we were talking about the water. The amount of rain here is just insane. It's crazy how much it's raining.
It is insane.
Yeah. When do you head home?
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. How about you, Laura? You're
Tomorrow
local.
morning.
You drove down, right?
Yes, but we have the Irrigation Innovation Consortium. We have a meeting tomorrow morning as well, so
Okay.
right after that meeting.
Very good. Good.
I haven't seen Dr.
Zaldowski? Yeah, he's walking around.
He's
at the
around.
Okay,
He's
there's
been
a lot of
around.
people I haven't seen. I
Nah,
guess.
he's around.
But he'll be at the meeting as well right at 3 today.
Right.
The consortium,
You'll
the IIC
stop by
consortium is having another meeting today,
Yep.
open to the public, to
Yep.
tell everybody what the consortium is about.
I will be there.
Yes.
Good. All right, man. Well, it's good talking to you. You came in the last seconds of the podcast, so I just want to say hello and good job as president. And you're only president for the next half hour or so,
Yes,
man.
and
So
hey, happy holidays.
yeah, happy Hanukkah,
Yes.
man. Are you going to be able to
It's holiday
spend any of
season.
Hanukkah with your family,
Yes,
or you're
I will
okay?
be,
Good.
I will be home in time for a couple days.
Good. Only a couple of the 8 crazy nights, right?
Yes.
It's all right. Merry Christmas to you.
You too. Thank you
right.
for inviting me.
No problem. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you tell your friends to download us.
Yes.
Like us on iTunes and Google Play, wherever you
That's
download these
right.
podcasts. We're celebrities, Warren, apparently.
You have groupies that follow you
I know.
around.
Oh, that's my everyday life, man. That's not just here.
Of course.
I'm just kidding. All right. Thank you. Bring more life.